What does a
Yeah.
safe space look like in your house, Mandy? How have you managed to create that, you know, point to a safe space away from the screen?
We have quite an open plan living area, but the children can sit. If they, my children at the moment, they're not interested in watching the
Mhm.
football, but they find it quite funny when I get so emotionally involved with it. So they might be playing with their Lego on the rug in front of the sofa so that they're still with me. They can still see that we're safe and we're okay. They're not really bothered what's on the TV, but they can look up and look at it if they wanted to. The other option is that they could sit away from the television just round the corner at the dining table and they can do their colouring or jigsaw puzzles or drawing pictures or anything like that. And they are more than welcome to sit there if they don't want to sit so close to the TV screen.
Mhm.
They could also go to their bedrooms if they wanted to. I would never send a child to their room, but if they just think, actually, this just isn't for me and I don't want to be anywhere near it, there's no shame. They can go up to their room. They've got reading books. There might be, depending on what time you're watching the match as well, if it's an afternoon game, they could probably play on their um, Xbox and Switches upstairs in their bedrooms. If it's an evening and it's before their bedtime, then that obviously is not going to be an option. But
Mhm.
there are alternatives, and they know that it's not rejecting them, it's their choice. And I think that's really key and really important.
I agree. And I actually, you know, I was just thinking as you were saying that about the space that they're in. Most of us will be aware, if you are a football fan listening to this, that the games are actually going to be for us in the middle of the night. They're like 1, 2 in the morning, midnight maybe. So it may be that, you know, you as parents, if you're planning to stay up and watch that, you're probably going to have to manage your volume anyway, so as not to wake anybody and not to cause a disturbance in the house. But if you're going to choose to watch it with the children, if that's an option for them, a recording, playback, whatever, I'm just thinking about the predictability bit. And if your children need to know more, is there's nothing wrong with telling them the score and then still enjoying the match. So, you know, I can tell you England won this game. I don't know if that's wishful thinking on my part, Mandy, maybe, but England did win. It was a good score line. Do you want to know the score? No, you just need to know that they won. That's fine. Or maybe they do want to know the score line, but you can still enjoy the game together. But they've had that predictability. They know at certain points there is going to be a big cheer, and we can still join in with that. We can still enjoy the atmosphere if that works for them. But
Yeah.
equally, there is, I guess, more of an opportunity with this particular World Cup to be able to avoid bits of that because of those timescales. So I was just thinking of that. I was also just thinking about creating that safe space. You know, there's a big sensory reaction to the World Cup. You know, people are, you know, more animated in their body language. The atmosphere feels different. The sounds are different. The smells and the tastes might be different. Maybe you have different snacks when you watch the football. Maybe you're allowed fizzy drinks at that point as a treat. I don't know, but really thinking about how we manage that. So things like, you know, the lighting in the room. Do we need the big light on, or can we have the lamps on, or a dimmer switch if that's what you have in your house? Um, the safety of maybe a weighted blanket is always helpful. That helps to calm and regulate children if they're feeling a bit wobbly. If they are going to sit and watch, if they're comfortable to snuggle up with you and do that, maybe a fidget toy or something sensory. They might even fidget with the label on their weighted blanket if they're using that. Um, Not the headphones, the noise cancelling headphones can also be helpful. So they're still engaged, they're still aware, but they've just got that little bit of barrier of protection as well.
Mm.
And maybe a teddy, maybe a good pillow to cuddle, a teddy to cuddle, but something that just brings a little bit more familiarity, a little bit more softness to what's going on can also help in that instance as well.
It's that sensory regulating that we offer
Mm.
all the time.
Mhm.
Um, just because we're going to be preoccupied with what is happening on a football pitch that's on our screen, it's still really, really important to remember all of those sensory needs that our children have. That's a really, really good point, Laura. Thank you.
Mm. Mm.